they won or lost. They're process-oriented. Again, all these buzzwords, all these cliches. But I do think that's relevant with coaching.
How do you gauge someone that's not done it from a leadership perspective versus someone that has? Dan Quinn has done it. Raheem Morris has done it. We know that maybe the second time around you've learned a bunch from your first failure and you get a second chance at it versus some of these 30-somethings that are coordinating both offenses and defenses. And Sheil, 5 more of them are out in Seattle for a second interview, and I think it will continue on. How do you try to gauge that number one tenet of yours, leadership?
Yeah, I think, anytime you can, get examples of has the guy been through adversity and, what did he learn from it? What did he do to adjust? I mean, adjusting is really one of the biggest things. I really like coaches who have coached in different schemes, who have come up with different answers. To me, this is the key on both sides of the ball with coaching right now in the NFL. I mean, you watch a team like that Ravens team, that Ravens defense specifically, you don't know what they're going to do any given week. It could be one week they're aggressive, they're blitzing, and the next week they're playing too high safety. And so I think that kind of ability to adjust that, hey, you know what? I didn't work out at this point. Here's what I learned. Here's how I've changed. Here's what I did the next time I was presented with that problem. Because, problem solving obviously is the key to all of it. And you saw that in the game again this weekend where stuff isn't working in the first half. A team makes adjustments, and all of a sudden they come out in the second half and they're firing on all cylinders.
Is that something that's important for a head coach, or is that something that's important for them to hire in their coordinators?
It's both. The thing with coordinators is it's tough because if you have that CEO type head coach who's not going to call offensive plays and not call defensive plays, let's say the Seahawks hire someone like that for next season and they hire a great offensive coordinator and they have a top 5 offense. I mean, that guy's gone the next season, probably getting a head coaching gig. So I do think, hiring a great staff is another one of the things on my list here, but I also think you need to have a pipeline. You need to have a plan that, hey, if we lose this offensive coordinator, because you want to be that type of organization where teams are looking at you saying, oh, they're doing it right. They know what they're doing. Let's go steal their coordinators for our head coaching jobs. What's your plan? Do you have a pipeline? Or are you just hey, I coached on a staff in college with this guy 20 years ago. He's going to be my tight ends coach. Or, hey, I'm hiring, a couple of my kids. Or, I heard good things about this guy. I'm going to go bring him in. I get so frustrated. Bill Belichick this last year, Bill Belichick could have called any coach in the entire world, and that coach is picking up the phone and thinking about working for him. And what does he do after the Matt Patricia disaster? He hires Bill O'Brien, a guy he worked with before, who obviously was not the best guy for the job. So, that type of thinking really frustrates me. We're just do some work, look around, talk to different coaches. Who are the bright young coaches in the NFL who should be getting a shot that might not be getting a shot? I think that's another huge aspect to it as well.
30-second answer. Who should be the next head coach of the Seahawks?
Oh, my gosh. I will say – I don't think they've interviewed him yet, but how about Mike McDonald of the Baltimore Ravens? That guy's really interesting to me. Great defensive scheme, comes from a strong organization, has coached in various programs. He, to me, might be the most intriguing candidate who's going to be on the market. So there you go, Mike McDonald.
There we go. Thanks, buddy. Good to hear your voice. Make sure you